Good morning, everybody. It is Wanda here again from very rainy and thundery and very humid Kiama on the south coast of New South Wales. How are you this morning? What have you been up to? Are you still on holidays? Have you gone back to work? How has your days been so far? I hope that you're all well. Welcome those of you who have hopped on already. I'm so glad. Every morning, for my morning walk, I think to myself, what is something that I can share with my tarot friends who jump on with me every single morning to say hello, to find out what the latest message is all about. And this morning I really would love to share with you. I've got the cards here. I've been shuffling just before I sort of go live so that I'm ready, and I thought, what is it I could really share with my clients, with my audience, not clients, sorry, with my audience today. And I'm going to share this with you. I don't know where you're at with your life right now, but do you realize the importance of breathing? Now, I know that, without breathing, the brain dies and all that kind of thing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about deep abdominal breathing. Now, I remember many years ago when I was sort of facing a bit of a health crisis, my naturopath, who was a very holistic doctor, okay, he said to me I had to do this breathing, and I really hated it. I hated it. I was so in resistance about it. And yet every morning I would do it just the same. It was part of the routine. And he taught me how to lift my arms up, breathing deep in from my abdominal and then breathe it right out. And I had to do this 50 times. Now, I had to do it as part of the routine, and I wasn't doing it with any happiness whatsoever. And that was a lot of years ago. That was probably now nearly 10 years ago. And it's funny how I have come full circle, and I want to share this with you. In the comments box, you will notice I've left two names. There's Eric O there. He talks a lot about the breath. And so does a guy who I've come across before, I think maybe about 6 months ago on YouTube. His name is Wim Hof, okay? He talks about the power of the deep abdominal breathing. So here's me in the morning doing my morning routine and trying different ways of meditation. And sometimes I'm good at it and other times I'm not. And then I get the shits with myself, if I feel I haven't sort of zooped into that zone or of nothingness and everything. And I listened to something that Dr. Dispenza said on a YouTube video, where he said, when you breathe life, you bring it up to the brain. So I practiced that while I was visiting my grandchildren in all earnest. And I think he said to take 5 to 10 of these deep abdominal breaths. So, and at the same time, while you were breathing, I had to sort of suck in my stomach and squeeze my butt cheeks so that I was imagining that the breath was going right up to the brain. Well, after about 5 breaths, I felt fabulous, and my meditation was much better. Now, as human beings, we never stick to any kind of routine. That is our general way of being, and we get distracted and so on and so on. So this morning I did it again, going back to the breath, listening to the messages, because there was something missing in my routine, which was this breath work. I had the most amazing meditation. What I noticed first off was that my body was completely calm. So I don't know whether you've experienced this where you've been meditating, where you sort of feel like, oh, then you've got an itchy bum and then you've got an itchy face and then you want to scratch and then you're trying not to scratch. Then you're completely distracted by what your body's doing and you're not attending to your meditation. So I just found that by doing, I think I did about 10 to 15 breaths this morning, like deep abdominal slow breathing. That probably took me about half an hour, but I was a little bit less than that, but maybe 20, 25 minutes. But I tell you what, and I know that we really struggle with time in our reality and having to get to work and get the kids all sorted out, but my gosh, all I can tell you is it really worth it. So I've left 2 links in the comments box for you today. One from Eric Coe that he posted in December last year, and one from Wim Hof. So maybe in your spare time you might want to explore that and include that in your morning routine. That is my tip for you. Now, talking about the breath, what are the cards going to share with us today? And I really want to thank you all, for those of you who are listening right now, for your feedback. Like, oh yes, my card was spot on, or this made sense to me, I had to clean up this, or I had to do that. That really is so very powerful, you sharing the information or the connection that you're feeling. And this is also what Eric Coe says, and I truly believe it, that I'm one of the collective consciousness, and you guys who are on right now at this minute need to hear this message, okay, because you're on. So, and even those who are watching the replay later on, okay, you're listening to the messages, the information, there'll be something in it for you. So I've come up with the breath idea on my morning walk this morning, like I said, and I always ask the universe, what is it I need to share with others today? And it was the breath work. So usually I keep those things to myself, you know, because I think, oh, well, no one really wants to know what I'm doing on my walk. But as I'm walking along, you know, the beautiful ocean here at Kiama. So what is the card for today? Universe, let us all get together. Welcome everybody who's on right now. I hope you're well. And I know that some of you are in the morning because you're in Australia, some of you are in the afternoon, and some of you are in the evening. So wherever you're calling in from, hello, hello, hello. Okay, today's card. Wow. I think we've had this guy before. Okay, he is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a very compassionate but also very astute leader. Okay, now why would he show up in your cards today? Usually this kind of a guy represents a doctor, a dentist, someone in the service, could be the police. He's usually a very balanced kind of a leader. You know, if you need to get a doctor's appointment, or you need to have a checkup, or you need to get your teeth fixed or something sorted out, a really good naturopath, he's your guy. Okay, so if you've got someone, you know, at the moment that you need to go and see and get that sorted out, now's the time to make that appointment. Okay, he's very much to do with the head. So if you need to go and see a healer today, a healer, or organise a massage, that is the call for that, to get out of your mind and sort out your health concerns. Now, on top of that, if any of you have a brother or an older son, he will need some assistance. So you're going to be hearing about that in the next few days. All right, it could even be a husband. So it's a male figure to do with health issues or health concerns or something in relation to transition. So for example, you might have a son who's moving into high school and he's stressed out, or you need to have a uniform sorted out, or they have to go to the dentist again or get a haircut. But it's usually, I don't know why I'm saying that, this is what I'm feeling. So, and I said a brother, so if any of you've got brothers who need assistance, you're going to be hearing from this in the next 48 hours. So that is about that. Now, the second part I want to share with you is, aside from you looking after yourself more in a health way, it could also be, it could also even be related to like money for the health fund, or putting some money away for the health fund, or organising a health fund, whatever that might be. Okay, so that's what this card is talking to me today about. So I hope that makes sense. we have to learn to look after ourselves, don't we? You know, and also our men folk. So here we are. Let's have a look. Now, I'm going to read this morning. Let's have a look here. Oh, gee, I can hardly read your name. I can't read that. There's a top one there, but I can't read it, so I'm going to go with one underneath it. Carolyn Smith. I don't know whether I've read for you, Carolyn. Can you please let me know if you're still on? Carolyn, I'm going to read for you right now. Okay, Carolyn, what's today's card? So we've got health things that have come up today. Health, and maybe you need to get your, maybe you're going to meet somebody who's a podiatrist. Maybe you need to see a podiatrist or get a foot massage or a reflexology, you know, something like that. Looking after your body from top to toe in some way like that. Get that sorted now. Okay, let me have a look. All right, so this is for Carolyn. Let's have a look. What is it? Wow. The Angel of Acceptance. What does this card mean for you today, Carolyn? It means forget all the crap in your life right now. You might have some problems that you might need to attend to. If they're health ones, then and they're about you, then do what you can. But predominantly, this is for you to give yourself some kindness, to give yourself some love, to give yourself some happiness. And what could that mean? It could also mean that you detach from the problems around you and that you find a little bit of peace for yourself. And that should be a non-negotiable thing. There was something I learned last night, and I have to admit that it is so true. For myself, I was brought up to learn, you know, you've got to do your work, you know, that comes first, and then I come last. And now I'm switching that right around. I come first, my family comes second, and my business comes third. Because only when my cup is full, only when my batteries have been recharged, only when I have peace of mind can I actually be more powerful and do more things than what I can do if I'm not fully charged up. Does that make sense? Now that is so new for me to actually step into that. It's it can be a daily challenge as well, because I tend to forget and put my family first and my business, because that's where the money source is coming in, and I come last, and then I'm too exhausted and cranky and forget cranky. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope that has been helpful. Attend to your health for today. Doctor's appointments, getting that all sorted out. There's a brother, son, or a husband who might need some assistance over the next 48 hours. And Carolyn, and for everybody who is on, take care of yourself today. It's certainly what I've got planned. What are you going to plan today for yourself? Seriously, even if you are working full-time and you're stressed to the max, breathing reduces stress. And what are you going to do for yourself today that's going to give you some pleasure or some peace of mind, even if you're going for a walk on your own? Do something for yourself. Don't sit in front of the TV box being drowned out by Netflix. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful today, and I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. I'm broadcasting a little bit later over the holiday period, because I know that a lot of you in my Australian audience anyway are on holidays, and so I'm trying to fit in with the vibe. Guys, I'll see you later. Those of you who've watched the replay later, I'll talk to you soon. And remember, if you are interested at all in a reading, a private reading with me, just personal message me, and I will send you a PDF with all the information, and then you can decide whether it's for you. In the meantime, guys, I will see you later. Enjoy the information in the chat box and check it out for yourself. Check it out. Bye for now.